son again. That's why.
That's some fine guitar work, I must say.
Well, thank you.
Road to the Sun, featuring Smoky Gun with Julian Frampton. So there were two guitars there. Was one your guitar? I wasn't sure which one was.
No, it's basically that was Matt Cameron on drums, Craig Young on bass from Nashville, myself on guitar, and Julian in the vocal booth at home in Cincy, and we cut that track live, and that is his very first vocal take, and then he just overdubbed.
Just took that one and ran.
He rose right to the occasion there, and
I mean, peering out of the vocal booth and seeing my father and Matt Cameron, I had to step up to the occasion.
I know, right? That's so surreal.
I did not have a choice.
and then I overdubbed the solos and stuff.
So what I heard was it's pretty impressive setup you got down there in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. It's my dream situation.
I mean, it's like Kid Rock up there in Detroit, you know. Just take the golf cart, go out to his own little recording studio.
There you go.
Me, I play drums badly, but I'm set up down in the basement, you know. I do have a bar down there. And the bathroom, and then the long cord to put my headphones on so I can listen to the tunes so I don't even have to hear myself play.
There you go.
That's fine too, man. The album is called Thank You, Mr. Churchill, and I got to tell you too, and I'm not, just stroking it here and all that, but I mean the album, the lyrics and stuff, the ideas behind the songs are very well done.
Well,
I mean, for instance, the title cut is kind of an ode to Mr. Churchill because, in your words, basically, if it wasn't for Mr. Churchill, I might not have known my dad.
Right, or we might all be speaking, well, I probably wouldn't be here, but probably all be speaking a mixture of German with a Japanese accent.
And there are songs in there too, dealing with sobriety and stuff like that, so there's some really deep stuff, yeah. But I tell you, that's Sweet Liberté. That hit me hard last night. Here's a couple of emails. I mean, ain't technology grand too. Brian says, B-Man, Frampton, one of the best acts ever from the 70s. Congrats on getting him in the studio. The guy takes me back to the many good times of my life. Flash says, he and Jimmy Page are responsible for my guitar addiction, specifically a Gibson Les Paul Jones. And Greg and the guys at the motorcycle shop there are listening to you this afternoon on the computer. And Internet Matt wants you to say happy birthday, Internet Matt.
Happy birthday, Internet Man.
That'd be great. Okay, cool. And speaking of guitars, that guitar on Frampton Comes Alive.
Yes.
Doesn't exist anymore?
No. Unfortunately, not. I'm on about my fourth or fifth set of gear now. But you travel, things happen. But no, we toured South America for the first time in 1980, and the cargo plane that was taking our equipment from Venezuela, Caracas to Panama, it didn't make it. So unfortunately, we lost all that. That's the first time I lost all my equipment. So unfortunately, it's.
And then the Nashville thing.
Then we had the big flood, the 100-year flood, where not only me, but Vince Gill, Brad Paisley, Leonard Skinner, the list goes, Keith Urban, the list goes on and on. Everybody stored their gear there, right by the river. So one asks the question now, why did we store it? But why a flood in Nashville, so...
we were down in Panama City for Bike Week, literally coming back that weekend. We had some guys in a truck and trailer, and they're like texting us going, do not come through Nashville, it's closed. And we were on our bikes. We ended up...
Unbelievable. And there's still a couple of thousand people there homeless, and we're doing some... I'm donating the guitars. They still look like guitars, but these are the ones I was actually playing up until that day, So they're the ones I've played on the last 3 albums and everything, and played on all the tours over the last 10 years. So we're putting those up for auction as memorabilia to raise money for the people, the musicians that didn't want covered at all, who've got nothing, And then I've got some other guitars that are going into artwork. Artists are making artwork out of the remains, as it were, because it's a historic flood and it's all very historic equipment and guitars. So we just want to take care of the people down in Nashville.
That's very cool, no doubt. So which guitar do you use in the Geico commercial? Tony came in here.
The one that we're donating right
now.
There you go.
All right.
Number 1, it's called.
Gotcha.
Number one.
Everybody's got their guitars, you know, like Clapton's Blackie and Stevie Ray Vaughan's.
Right.
Amazing. Obviously, Les Paul's the
That's the
guitar
main
choice
guitar
for
that I
you.
play. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I play all types. I love playing Strat. I love playing Italy. I love playing guilds. You know, but basically, when it comes down to it, if I had to choose one, it would be my free pickup custom Les Paul.
Okay, all right, very good. And speaking of acting, I loved you in Cameron Crowe's flick.
Oh,
Almost Famous. And
yeah.
for people who might have missed it, because it's one of those things I think, because you know, it's a great flick. I mean, it's a great rock and roll flick. And I think it took me probably the second or third time before I realized that you were the one playing poker there as Humble Pie's tour manager.
Right.
Which was kind of cool. But as I mentioned, you're kind of a quintessential rocker. You were kind of a consultant on that flick, right?
Yeah, Cameron and I have known each other since, since he was 16.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was 15, if you know the movie, because his mother lied to him about his age. So how old am I really, Mum? You know, so, are you going to tell him, Mum? Are you going to tell him?
Yeah.
So, so we'd often talked about how bad rock movies were. You know, and so he called me up right before we started working on it, and he said, I'm going to make a rock movie. I said, no, you're not. We don't like those. And he said, well, no, that's why I need you. He said, because I want it to be as authentic as possible. You know, time sensitive. You know, there's nothing worse than seeing something and you see a microphone that wasn't made until 10 years later. You know. And guitars and stuff. So yeah, I became the tech advisor on that, and had a blast.
Yeah, it was well done. Because I mean, you know, I was getting into the whole rock and roll thing in the mid '70s, and you know, I was there. I kind of understood. Well, I didn't understand because I was a young teenager and stuff. But I mean, it's like I can't even think of the one movie now. Yeah, never mind. But that's the old age right there.
There you go. But I mean, there's a scene in there where Stillwater, the fictitious group, are opening. They're just breaking with their first big album, and they're opening for Black Sabbath. Right. And so the set designer said to me, "So where do you think the Stillwater's gear would be? You know, on this, and how would Black Sabbath be?" I said, "Well, Humble Pie opened for Black Sabbath." So I said, "I know. You know, this is how it would be. You know,
okay.
It wouldn't be like that." And then Cameron came in and said, "Would the lights be like this?" I said, "I don't think so. No." So then I made phone calls and talked with all my friends, and we try to make it really as close as possible to the real
That's
thing.
why I love it so much. You know, it's just one of those movies that you really feel for what was going on back then. I don't know if you actually played poker for the back then, but.
No, I mean, didn't actually. I never actually did that, but I'm sure it went on. But and Mitch Hedberg was the comedian was in that scene too.
I really fell in love with writing lyrics and finding different patterns on the guitar, and it's just it's definitely a passion, and I love it.
I love rock and roll too. You know, I wouldn't be doing this 30 years.
No.
Can't play. Unfortunately, I'm not a musician, but I do love and appreciate the musicians and stuff like that. And by the way, these two will be on Bob and Tom Monday.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
right there in the
Right.
morning, so you can check it all out. I'm sure Bob and Tom have a whole slew of different questions to ask and all that.
Probably not.
I got to ask you. They might be listening right now.
No.
Are you into sports down in Cincinnati? I mean, have you been following the Reds?
He is, but I'm not a sports fanatic. No, but I know that the Reds are doing well.
But you wouldn't play the guitar and do the national anthem for it, would you? If they asked you?
I've done the 7th inning stretch with the talk box. That's,
Really?
Yeah.
Take me out to the ball game, you've done it a few
Yeah,
times.
take me out to the ball
Okay.
game.
I tried to teach him basketball one time, it didn't go so well.
Yeah.
And then I've thrown the first pitch out once somewhere, and I didn't quite make it to the. So it's a little embarrassing if you want me to do anything to do with sports. Music, fine, but sports, it's. Call Julian.
Yeah.
Julian's definitely got it down.
Dude, I'm 51. Sometimes I can't throw the ball. And I'm hearing rumors that you might participate in Dancing in the Stars one of these days.
No. No.
Good.
That'll be the day. That will be the day.
It will be a cold day. No, it'll be a very warm day in Scotland when I'm on any sort of reality show. I've been on one, and that was enough for me. So.
I understand.
He'd be the first celebrity eliminated before he even danced. That's how.
That was David Hasselhoff, you know, but yeah. That's the answer I wanted to hear.
I'm a really white guy, you know what I mean?
We're going to check out another track, and we'll let you pick out one too. Obviously, the industry's changed all these years. I mean, it's amazing when you can sit here and read emails, and we're talking about, you know, music on the computers and Facebook. And with this new album, of course, you have the instrumental, the Fingerprints.
Right.
Congrats on the Grammy.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool. And then when you're writing this, you come up with like 50-something songs and picked 11. So
right.
Obviously, the creative juices are still flowing. But in this day and age, I mean, the whole record and radio industry thing's different. We're still a very viable part of the media, but there are so many alternatives to doing that. You kind of jumped on Facebook and said, here I am, here's my record. Tell me about that. That's amazing. You know?
Well, while we were making the record, there was, once the tracks were down and I'd done most of the overdubbing, and Chris Kimsey was doing a lot of technical stuff, you know, preparing for vocals or whatever, and I thought, well, I'll just let me see. I didn't know anything about Facebook, and I said, well, I knew the office had one for me, like all most artists have it. So I just jumped on it, and I thought, what I'll do, I'll make it look like a diary. And so I just said, today I'm doing a vocal, today I'm doing a guitar solo. I'd take a picture of the guitar and me singing or whatever, and I put it on. We went from 10,000 to 100,000 in like 2 weeks, and I just went, oh, wow.
And you can all do it while you get up in the morning in your bathrobe with a cup of tea. Cup of coffee,
from my iPhone or from my laptop or from my kitchen, you know, so it's pretty incredible that I can. It's now the age of direct contact. You know, the artist, if they want to be, can be their best publicity person, because.
And a lot of people are doing that. I mean, you kind of have to.
The record companies don't really have the money they used to, because no one's buying records. So.
Or the record people. It was like radio, you know, a lot of record people got laid off. And it's,
yeah, well, we're down to what, 4 labels now?
Something like that.
Yeah, so
it's like airlines, you know.
It's going down all the time.
Yeah.
Music's going to all be in the sky soon. There won't be physical CDs. It's going to go away.
Well, thank God for the used record CD stores.
There you go.
Got a new one open across the street. So.
Oh, new one?
Yeah, well, we used to have one here that closed. And now there's one moving. Yeah, they sell all the pre-owned stuff. And, you know,
that's
for us
great.
folks are still trying to figure out what to do with our vinyl over these years.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, with vinyl, Mia had me buy her a turntable and is buying everything in vinyl now. She's 14.
I love the sound of vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Peter, appreciate you coming. Julian, I appreciate you coming too. It's good to meet you, and best of luck with your career.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Obviously, a pretty big connection here. Father and son, Julian and Peter Frampton. Really, I appreciate you taking the time, and you guys are more than welcome to come up here in your backyard anytime.
Well,
you got something new you want to write,
absolutely.
play for us, you know, bring the guitar, hang out, and
we'll do it.
I got extra Nickelback tickets, Julian, if you want to go tonight for the show. Taking my grandkid, Pete, you're more than welcome to come hang with us. And let's play another track from the album before we let you get out of here, and your choice.
Well, it's probably going to be the next one we suggest to radio. I don't know whether they'll play it or not, but it's basically the story of me picking up the guitar. It's Vaudeville Nana and the Banjolele.
That would be track number 5.
Keep talking.
Vaudeville Nana and the Banjolele.
Yeah, my grandmother Nana was very much into vaudeville, English vaudeville, and she had a banjolele, which is a ukulele shaped like a banjo.
Okay.
And she gave it to my dad to put up in the attic to maybe one day Peter will want to play, you know.
Yeah.
And so he played guitar a little, and he showed me the couple of chords on the banjolele, and that was it. And that's what started me playing.
There you go. I love the stories behind tunes. That's very cool. All right, well, listen, best of luck. Peter Frampton, thank you, Mr. Churchill. You can get it now. A&M Records?
Yeah, Universal A&M.
And if they want to get on Facebook?
Yep, they just go to Peter Frampton. I'm right there.
That's right, just keyword.
Yeah.
Any other web pages or something?
Yeah, Frampton.com. It's all very easy.
It's all so easy. It's easy for them guys who have some really...
Yeah, it's a new website, so it's pretty fun. If you go to the home page, just stay there for a while and things will happen that you didn't expect.
All right, Peter Frampton, Julian Frampton, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's very nice to be here. Thanks for having us.
Welcome to the weekend. All right, let's check out the track. Vaudeville Nana and the Banjo Lele on WTUE.